Roman Reigns has finally spoken out, and what he revealed is nothing short of a nightmare that exposes the darkest side of WWE and will make your blood boil beyond belief. Because this was not a storyline, not a scripted feud, not a simple attack during a heated moment in the ring. This was a deliberate, premeditated assassination attempt designed to end the tribal chief's career and silence him forever. And his interview from the hospital bed is now the most explosive and damning revelation in wrestling history, shaking the foundations of WWE itself and leaving fans in disbelief at how deep this conspiracy truly goes. Roman detailed how Braun Breaker had approached him weeks before the attack in Paris, pretending to be respectful, pretending to be eager to learn, begging Roman to mentor him, to teach him the ropes, to share with him the secrets of being a main event star, and Roman, ever the leader, ever the locker room veteran, took him under his wing, dedicating hours of his time to guide him, offering wisdom that took decades to earn, trusting him as though he were blood, but all the while Breaker was plotting the ultimate betrayal behind his back, preparing to strike when the cameras were rolling, preparing to use that trust as a weapon. Roman's heartbreak was clear as he described how he felt like a father figure to Breaker, only to learn that the man he mentored was planning to stab him in the back, and the betrayal deepened when it was revealed that Bronson Reed had been recruited in secret, lured by promises of fame, money, and a main event push, with meetings held in hotel rooms and parking garages far from the eyes of WWE officials, conspiring in shadows to remove Roman from the picture permanently. Paris was supposed to be just another night, a simple interview segment backstage, safe, controlled, nothing out of the ordinary, but instead it became a blood-soaked ambush, with Breaker launching a vicious steel chair assault that left Roman defenseless, delivering 17 brutal shots, each one more devastating than the last, and Roman described in chilling detail how he thought at first it was an unscripted angle, only to realize by the third strike that it was real, and by the 10th he thought his life was about to end, his body breaking under the force of the blows, his career and existence hanging by a thread. But as horrific as that was, it was only the beginning, because then Bronson Reed entered like a monster from hell, unleashing repeated tsunami splashes on Roman's already broken body, targeting vital areas with calculated cruelty, inflicting injuries so severe that doctors would later reveal Roman came within minutes of death, with cracked ribs, severe spinal trauma, a concussion so devastating he could not remember his own name for 6 hours, and internal bleeding so critical that if surgery had been delayed by even moments, the tribal chief would not have survived. Roman admitted with emotion breaking his voice that the doctors told him point-blank he was on the verge of death, that the attack could have left him paralyzed for life if just one splash landed inches higher, and that he owes his life to the speed of the medical team who discovered the bleeding in time. But what makes this story sickening beyond words is that Roman revealed WWE management had prior knowledge that something was coming, because he had received weeks of threats detailing his travel plans, his hotel rooms, even his family's daily routines, and when he reported these threats to WWE security, they dismissed it, telling him not to worry, only for him to nearly lose his life in Paris. And as if that betrayal wasn't enough, the first visit Roman received in the hospital wasn't from his family, wasn't from concerned friends, but from WWE lawyers demanding he sign paperwork to stay silent, offering money, threatening his career, even suggesting his family's safety could be in jeopardy if he refused, and when he resisted they threatened to frame him as delusional, claiming his injuries had distorted his memory, painting him as paranoid rather than admitting to their complicity. Roman refused to be silenced, launching his own private investigation that uncovered damning evidence of a conspiracy, with phone records linking Breaker, Reed, and anonymous numbers, text messages describing plans to take out the Roman problem, financial records showing suspicious offshore deposits into their accounts days after the attack, proving that this wasn't just jealousy or ambition, this was a paid hit, orchestrated by people who wanted control of WWE's main event scene, people who were losing money because Roman's dominance was unshakable, people tied to gambling, merchandise, and international deals who decided violence was the only way to get rid of him. And while Roman battles through physical therapy, relearning basic motor functions, enduring PTSD, panic attacks, sleepless nights, and relentless pain, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed have shown no remorse, mocking him on social media, laughing on podcasts, boasting about holding others back, doubling down on their actions instead of apologizing, with Breaker even posting that maybe they should have hit him harder. A comment that was quickly deleted, but not before fans spread it like wildfire, confirming his cold-blooded guilt. WWE's official response has been equally appalling, dismissing Roman's claims as exaggerated, urging him to return to work when medically cleared, threatening legal action if he continues speaking out, proving they are more concerned with protecting their corporate image than protecting the very performers who risk their lives for entertainment, a revelation that has disgusted fans and sparked global outrage. Roman's revelations have traumatized not only himself but his family, with his young daughter forced to watch her father's brutal beating online, asking through tears if he was going to die, waking up night after night with nightmares, terrified that the bad men were coming back, and his wife receiving death threats containing disturbingly accurate details of their lives, proving that this nightmare has followed them home. And yet Roman's courage to speak out is inspiring others, with wrestlers quietly reaching out to him with their own stories of threats and intimidation, some even beginning to organize for better safety measures and independent investigations, while international media and authorities condemn WWE. With French police investigating the incident as criminal assault and threatening to bar WWE from France, doctors publicly declaring the attack to be attempted murder, and stock prices and broadcast deals beginning to falter under the weight of the scandal. Roman's legal team is preparing both criminal charges against Breaker and Reed and a massive civil lawsuit against WWE that could redefine wrestler safety forever, seeking damages in excess of $100 million, and Roman himself has made it clear that this isn't about money. It's about justice. It's about truth. It's about making sure no wrestler ever has to endure what he endured. Because if the so-called top guy can be targeted like this, what chance does anyone else have? This scandal has split the wrestling world in half, with #JusticeForRoman trending worldwide as fans demand accountability while WWE pushes back with their own narrative. But the courage Roman has shown in standing against the machine, in standing for truth when every attempt was made to silence him, has ignited a fire that cannot be put out, and whether WWE likes it or not, the fight has only just begun because